From the WHIO Broadcast Center in high definition, this is News Center 7.
There it is right there. Man, look at all that power flashes.
Destructive tornadoes tear across the Plain States from Oklahoma City to Des Moines, Iowa. People in 6 states rushed to shelter as at least 21 reported tornadoes touched down. Good evening. I'm Jenna Deary. The storms are dying down tonight, but not before causing tons of damage and even taking lives. Let's take a look at some of it. This is a look at the damage from a tornado in Wellston, about 40 miles northeast of Oklahoma City. You can see several homes sustained severe damage. This one in particular, some were reduced to rubble and power lines were uprooted.
Right there, you can see the funnel all the way to the ground.
And here's the tornado responsible for all that damage. This storm left one person dead at a mobile home park in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Experts estimate the tornado was at least a half a mile wide. It was just one of several tornadoes reported in the state, including this tornado in Edmond, Oklahoma. That's about 20 minutes north of Oklahoma City. The storm tore the roofs off homes and businesses and dropped baseball-sized hail. Tornadoes touched down also in Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Minnesota, and Kansas. Behind Oklahoma, Kansas was hit the hardest.
Okay, we're getting hit with rain here soon. Gotta get ready to go.
And at last look, a tornado touching down in Wichita. The National Weather Service describes it as a large, violent, and extremely dangerous tornado. It hit on the southwest side of town near the airport. No reports of anyone being hurt by this storm, but the destruction is widespread. As these tornadoes developed across the plains, people in the storm's path rushed to safety, including some people from right here in the Miami Valley. For many, it was just in the nick of time. News Center 7's Jessica Hefner talked to people from our area finding themselves in the storm's path today.
It's fixing to hit this house. The house is, look at the house. Holy cow.
Storm chasers watch as tornadoes destroy homes, leaving rubble in their wake.
Here it comes. We're about to get hit by debris.
The tornadoes, massive in size. This one an estimated half-mile long. 6 states hit by the powerful storms, and those who lived there had just minutes to take cover.
No sooner had we gotten in the basement than when we saw, hard or heavy wind and heavy rain.
I spoke with Denny Traxler, who's from Greenville. He was just outside Shawnee, Oklahoma, and we spoke just before one of tonight's storms hit, killing at least one person there.
Currently, there's a tornado that's a half-mile wide heading directly towards us. What is the best plan for our family is to, right now, just get out of its way.
Minutes later, Traxler lost power, the result of one of the 21 reported tornadoes that have trapped or injured dozens in the Midwest. In Wichita, Kansas, Tammy Diebel, who is from Fairborn, told me what it was like listening to the storm.
Just hail hitting, heavy rain, wind. I'm thinking that it's possible that we could have a tornado come to us this time.
Also in Wichita, Kansas, Jennifer Montenegro told me via Skype what it was like watching the storms build.
Some of the clouds were dropping a little bit and then going back up. And the sirens were going off at the time. They were also going off before it.
As darkness fell, the good news for the people here was the worst of the storms may have been over, but still plenty of rough days ahead.
It's a part of Kansas, I think. It's something we deal with, but we never get used to it.
Now, we're still hearing from local people on this tornado outbreak. You can find the very latest on our website, WHIOTV.com. Reporting live in the News Center, Jessica Hefner, News Center 7.
And the state of Iowa was also hit by severe storms this evening. This is the scene in Nora Springs. There are reports of a barn collapsing onto a cattle barn, killing some cows. Also, several trees uprooted, as you can see, and homes ripped to shreds. So far, everyone, as we're told, has made it out of that storm okay. And these storms will weaken as they make their way to the Miami Valley, but we can still expect some thunderstorms from them. Let's check in now with Storm Center 7 meteorologist Erica Calora tracking the system. Erica.
Hey, Jenna, all in all, we had 391 storm reports so far from these severe weather outbreaks across the Plains states. And take a look at live Doppler 7 HD radar. We have still Severe thunderstorm warnings popping up in places just northeast and north of Oklahoma there, and also north of Tulsa. This is spreading north through Springfield, and that's going to head towards the north and east. This is called a closed low, kind of a low pressure system that's cut off from the main system here. So it's just going to keep circulating. And you can see we had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings right around the Chicago area, but back at home, thankfully, nice and quiet. But we are going to see mainly clear skies. Showers and thunderstorms, though, are possible into the middle of our work week. We'll talk about your strong to severe chances with those storms coming up in just a bit. Jenna?
Thanks, Erica. Our crews are monitoring these storms and the situation to our west through the night. You can follow the latest developments online at WHIOTV.com, and you can get everything you need to know when you wake up tomorrow morning on News Center 7 Daybreak starting at 4:30 a.m. New at this hour, 2 men had to be rushed to the hospital after shots rang out at a mobile home park in Liberty Township. There are few details, and what we've been told has been a bit puzzling, but so far we know officers were called to a fight on Jacob Street around 5:30 this evening. When Butler County deputies arrived, they found 2 men injured. They wouldn't say if the men had been shot. They did tell us they are not looking for a shooter. And this just into our newsroom. 4 people, including a child, were rushed to the hospital after a car and motorcycle collided near Kramer Avenue and Anna Street in Dayton. Our crew on the scene was told 1 man suffered serious injuries. He could lose his leg, we're told. Investigators don't know what may have led to the crash. Police would not tell us how bad the other 3 people were hurt. Many people in West Carrollton will have to pay for what some crooks did to their cars. They woke up today to find vandals slashed more than half a dozen tires on vehicles down the 200 block of East Pease Avenue. Some tires were also slashed Friday night. Car owners say the cost to replace these tires goes well into the thousands. Police have stepped up patrols but are asking for neighbors to help make an arrest.
We have to get more vigilant as a neighbor and as a neighborhood to try to stop this, because if it's going to continue on.
Now, anyone with information is asked to call West Carrollton Police. It's been nearly 2 weeks since 3 women have been free from captivity at a Cleveland home. Still, family members are fighting for the chance to reunite with them. Nate Morabito shares the recent emotional reunion of Amanda Berry with her grandfather.
She couldn't talk hardly for crying, you know.
Troy Berry's heart was beating. He was sweating.
So she attacked me.
As his granddaughter ran to him and said, "I love you."
She cried every time she tried to talk.
He can't even remember what he said at that moment.
Glad to have you back, I guess, or something like that.
But he'll never forget what he felt.
He can't explain it. It's just wonderful.
To get to Amanda Berry's new home, he had to drive past the so-called House of Horrors that confined her for the last 10 years.
She needs to put on a little weight. Her face is kind of... Other than that, she's the same. Just like she had never been gone, pretty much, you know.
Then he met his new great-granddaughter.
She jumped on my lap and said, "Papa, give me a hug."
He can't stop talking about the smart 6-year-old.
She taught her a lot at home when he weren't around, you know. Somebody else sat in my place, and she come downstairs and said, "You're in my papa's seat," made him move.
Conversation eventually turned to the '86 Chevy Monte Carlo sitting at home in his backyard, a car he promised Amanda before she disappeared.
She said, "Did it run?" I said, "Yeah, it just needs a lot of work."
Luckily, she doesn't need to worry about it. That grandfather may soon pull Amanda's car into a garage like this one. Several area detail and body shops have agreed to fix up that Monte Carlo.
Breaks my heart, man. I couldn't imagine being put in that situation. I couldn't imagine it being my kids.
Sean Carden is a father of 4. When he saw one of our previous stories about Amanda's love for the car, he offered to help.
We can take that thing, shine it right up, make her proud, make her happy like she deserves.
Barry is thankful for that act of kindness.
Let them do what they want to do, and if there's anything left, we'll take care of it.
He knows the world is full of bad people, but he's learning there are a lot of good ones, too.
They come out of the woodworks when you need them, I reckon.
And that was Nate Morabito reporting thousands of donations to the Cleveland Courage Fund has raised $480,000 for those 3 women. Tonight, a deadly fall at Hocking Hills State Forest leaves a Centerville man dead. Park officials say the 52-year-old man fell 130 feet from a cliff while rappelling with friends yesterday. News Center 7 has confirmed the man's identity, but we are not reporting his name until the man's family is notified. No one else, we're told, was hurt on the trip. Ohio Senator Rob Portman is calling for a bipartisan probe into the IRS. The Republican senator said today he wants an investigation to be separate from the White House. That's as the White House maintains the president wasn't aware of the scandal tainting the federal agency. The IRS has admitted to targeting groups with words like Tea Party in their name during the last 2 election cycles. A Cincinnati-based office was initiating extra scrutiny on groups applying for tax exemption status. Portman says he welcomes an inspector general's report and congressional hearings.
What we do know is that politics was put ahead of the public interest, and it was done so in 2 of the most sensitive areas of our government. One, of course, the tax collection agency, which has this enormous power over all of us, and second, our national security.
Now, an attorney for the Ohio Liberty Council says 16 Tea Party groups in the Buckeye State may now be suing the IRS. Ohio is shaping up to become a possible battleground state over same-sex marriage. Supporters of the Freedom to Marry Amendment say they have collected the required 386,000 signatures needed to replace or place the amendment on the November ballot. It would change the definition of marriage as currently defined by the Ohio Constitution as being between one man and one woman. A recent poll found 41% of Ohioans favor same-sex marriage. Today, dozens of Dayton faith leaders joined the push for immigration reform. The religious leaders gathered at Dayton City Hall today, voicing their prayers and support for immigration reform. It comes as the Senate debates a bipartisan immigration reform bill introduced last month that would include a path for citizenship for 11 million illegal immigrants in the states now. The faith leaders say they support it based on a biblical mandate to, quote, welcome the stranger. A Knox County police officer recovers after being hit by a car. Still to come tonight, who police say is responsible for the officer's injuries. Plus, next at 11, a Dayton store clerk comes face to face with a gun tonight. The act he was forced to do with a man holding it.
Why do you love K99.1 FM?
I love K99 because they play the best new country music.
You don't hear a lot of commercials. It's all just good music.
It's a ton of variety, and whenever I turn the station on, I know I'm going to hear a great song.
They get my morning going, and the kids can listen too.
50 minutes of music every hour.
And the Breakfast Club in the morning. All the fun.
With no dirty jokes so the entire family can listen.
K99.1 FM, today's new country and your familiar favorites.
Elk and Elk, serious injury lawyers who get results. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
When we built the Cadillac ATS from the ground up to be the world's best sports sedan, people noticed. The all-new Cadillac ATS, 2013 North American Car of the Year. Lease this all-new 2013 Cadillac ATS for around $299 per month. See your Cadillac dealer for details.
My Tommy loves to draw bugs and other creepy crawlies, which is cute when they're just drawings. That's why we trust Extermitol.
Homeowners rely on Extermitol to control termites with the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. Call Extermitol today for your free inspection and a written estimate and say, hello, Extermitol, goodbye, pests. Call Extermitol at 937-253-6144 today.
Miami Valley, don't get caught going over the limit during our Memorial Day sale. The $159 limit on new Hondas. From $159 a month or zero down. Or save thousands with 0.9% APR financing. Car and Driver's 10 best resale value, and top safety picks. From $159 a month or zero down, zero security deposit, and zero first payment. Or 0.9 financing. Don't get caught going over the limit during the Memorial Day sale at your Miami Valley Honda dealers.
If I were picking my ideal mate, he'd have six-pack abs.
Legs like Beyonce.
Lots of money.
No, lips like Angelina.
Get real.
Picking the right partner isn't about beauty, fame, or fortune. Now you can learn how to choose to be a better partner with the PIC program. Free relationship development classes for singles and couples of all kinds. The PIC program, life skills for lasting relationships.
I have never seen payments on a new car this low with nothing down. Just sign and drive. Equinox 251, Malibu 250. Get in here.
New at 11, this man, Joshua Baldridge, is in jail tonight accused of hitting an Ohio officer with his car. The Knox County Sheriff's Office says a deputy was responding to a burglary when Baldridge took off and led the deputy on a chase. Investigators say Officer Chad Lishness was trying to deploy strike sticks to get him to stop when Baldridge's car hit Officer Lishness. The officer is in the hospital tonight, listed in good condition. A 3.5-hour standoff at a Centerville apartment complex ends with a man in handcuffs. Police used those sirens to try and coax the man out of his Woods of Centerville apartment off Bigger Road. They say he made threats against someone during an argument at a Bellbrook home. When officers went to the man's house, they say he refused to come out. They believe the man had weapons, so the SWAT team surrounded his home as officers evacuated several other apartments.
This is a very unusual incident. Yeah, we don't get very many of these at all. We're glad that this one turned out the way it did.
Now we're still waiting for police to release the name of the man they arrested. They say he will be facing a charge of inducing panic. Police say a Dayton Food Mart clerk had the barrel of a gun in his face when a thief walked into the store. The clerk told police a man walked into Sammy's Food Mart on Smithville Road early this morning and demanded the clerk get on his knees and crawl to the register. The clerk listened to him and gave him $350. The robber then made the clerk lay on the ground as he took off with the money. Police are looking for that robber. Investigators in Connecticut looking for a cause of Friday's rush hour collision of two trains. National Transportation Safety Board investigators say they are dissecting every possibility to find out what went wrong. They're taking a closer look at a rail fracture below the New York and New Haven bound train that jumped the tracks before a second train plowed into it from this opposite direction. For Friday night commuters, it was a scare they'll never forget.
Everybody was just kind of flying around the car.
I was sitting down and I actually lifted up and you can see the dust like coming from like the other side.
Baby's crying, everything, and baby, they had to go pick them up and everything that was on the floor.
Everybody started screaming. We saw smoke, so we didn't really know what to expect.
Now, people who use the damaged line as a way to and from work will have to find an alternate route. The NTSB says the line could be closed for days. Well, if your drive into work includes stopping for gas tomorrow, expect to pay a little more. We took this video at Far Hills Avenue and Dorothy Lane in Kettering, where a gallon of unleaded gas was selling for $3.89. That's only slightly above the state average tonight at $3.83. Last week, we were paying just $3.59 a gallon, and last month, well, we were another 15 cents lower. The average was $3.44. Our pump patrol shows many stations selling gas for that very same price. That's 22 cents above the national average of $3.67. The lowest price we found in our area was $3.64. To see Pump Patrol, just click on the link at WHIOTV.com. One person won't have to worry about those gas prices. The latest Powerball winner. The nation is focused on the small community tonight of Zephyr Hills, Florida. That's about 30 miles northeast of Tampa, and where the sole winning Powerball ticket worth $590.5 million, hard to even say sometimes, was sold. Duarte Geraldino has the latest on the record-breaking drawing.
Lottery officials say someone purchased the one and only winning Powerball ticket at this Publix supermarket in Zephyr Hills, Florida.
Just very happy that someone in the local town, our little town won. Zephyr Hills got on the map.
Everyone in this small community of approximately 13,000 wants to know who the new multimillionaire is.
Everybody knows everybody. Most people have been here for years and years. So if I can't win, I hope it's someone that we know.
Just knowing that it was right down the street that somebody won was pretty exciting.
We're going to round it out this evening with the number 52.
A single ticket matched all 5 numbers and the Powerball during Saturday's drawing. It's worth about $590.5 million, the largest jackpot in Powerball history. People in 43 states and the District of Columbia scooped up the $2 tickets, hoping to win more than $500 million. Lines formed from coast to coast, even though the odds of winning were 1 in about 175 million.
$10.
Lottery officials say players purchased so many tickets, about 80% of all possible number combinations were sold. Right now, we don't know if the winner is an individual or a group that went in on a ticket together. But it's only a matter of time. The Florida Lottery doesn't allow winners to stay anonymous. Duarte Geraldino for CBS News.
Too bad it wasn't any of us. The next Powerball drawing is Wednesday. The jackpot is a little smaller, just an estimated $40 million. Well, the city of Middletown is ready to launch its farmers market. Business owners organizing the market intend to launch it by the First Friday event in June. There are several farmer markets in Butler County, including ones in Hamilton, Westchester Township, and Oxford.
Well, even though we're quiet here, we did see some pretty hefty storms across the Plains states that are continuing to quiet down as they churn up across the central United States. Take a look at this photo of tennis ball-sized hail. We had numerous reports of baseball-sized hail. This was in Norman, Oklahoma. And, I mean, just look how big this hail is. I mean, we've experienced our own a couple of years ago, but I mean, these storms were just very powerful. Definitely EF3, EF4 material that you were watching earlier, if you saw the video at the beginning of the show, or even the stuff that I posted online on Facebook. We still have that severe weather threat, but we're seeing these warnings taper off as the night wears on and we lose some of the daytime heating. So live Doppler 7 HD radar here at home. Miami Valley is dry. We're going to stay dry overnight. However, I am tracking the possibility of some patchy, particularly dense fog in a couple of locations by tomorrow morning because we still have ample moisture out there, mostly clear skies overnight, some calmer winds. That equals fog. So the big picture here, mostly clear skies across our region as we head through Indiana. We're actually going to see a little ridge of high pressure build into our Monday, but we are going to see some clouds to start the day with a little bit of patchy fog in a few locations and possibly even a little misty or light sprinkly area across the south. We hit 82 degrees this afternoon. Normal should be around the lower 70s, but we stick with the 80s for quite some time still throughout the 5-day forecast. We're in the lower 70s right now. Humidity still up there, so we're going to continue to see the formation of fog even later tonight, probably shortly after midnight, and then definitely tomorrow morning. Watch out for some patchy dense fog as you head off to work or school. Current temperatures, you can see where the warmth is as we span back through Illinois, and that's where we're still having a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings fire off towards Chicago, but those will continue to die out. But we're still looking at the potential for severe weather across portions of Oklahoma and Missouri tomorrow afternoon once again. So we'll be looking out for those tomorrow. Weather Vision Network current temperatures right now, lower 70s for Miamisburg. Farmersville, you're at 71. Waynesville, 71. Up to our north, same story as soon as these update. They'll go to the 70s. There we go. 74 in Salina, 73 in Botkins, and 70 in DeGraff. 64 degrees tonight, clear skies, some patchy fog by tomorrow morning. We will see the chance for a couple of sprinkles, mainly across the south early tomorrow. Don't think we're going to be that wet, but temperatures do get into the mid and upper 80s for the afternoon, with more sun arriving later in the day. Monday night, we become mostly cloudy. Can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm across the far north and west getting into Tuesday morning. So here's your day planner tomorrow. Patchy fog, maybe a light showery drizzle across the far south with a small little disturbance. We get into the mid 80s, maybe upper 80s for the afternoon with more sun. 83 for Tuesday, lots of rain for Wednesday and Thursday. Jenna?
Thanks, Erica. Still ahead, a lesson in the pros for a Bengals rookie. The few hundred miles he had to go to get it. And the Reds prepare to get their pitching ace back while another struggles again in Philadelphia. All that and more is next in sports.
Watch News Center 7 4 times a day on 7 Weather Now. Weekday mornings at 7. Then weekdays at 12:30, 6:30, and every weeknight at 11:35. News Center 7. More ways to watch. More coverage you can count on.
Say yes to peace of mind at Joseph Airport Toyota. As the economy's grown, so has Window World. Window World is America's largest replacement window company. Since we sell more windows than anyone else, we sell them for less. You save money when you buy them, you save money on energy bills.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Choosing an innovative new Nissan is easier than ever. In fact, during our first Sign and Drive event, all you need is one of these. Sign and drive the all-new Nissan Altima or the all-new Nissan Sentra.
I need a pen. Boom. Whoa. Yep. Thanks.
Shop at choosenissan.com.
Get early Memorial Day deals at Sleep Outfitters. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Sealy as low as $125. Sealy Gel Memory Foam starting at $345. Ask about free financing up to 4 years and free delivery. It's 4 big days to save at Sleep Outfitters.
Let Infiniti liberate you from winter with the Infiniti Limited Engagement Spring Event. Visit your retailer now for exceptional offers on our entire line of luxury vehicles, including an all-wheel drive Infiniti JX for $469 a month. Infiniti, inspired performance.
Such a funny episode.
I wish I had DVR'd it.
What'd you say? With Time Warner Cable, you can view a show you missed up to 72 hours after it's aired.
It's called Look Back.
At no additional cost.
Of course it's free. If you don't lift your game, I am going to have to trade you.
He's a rookie. Yeah, it's his first week.
Well, in that case, welcome to the team, Rook.
Switch to a better entertainment experience and ask how you can get a $200 Visa reward card. Just call and save. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better. Guaranteed.
The new Honda Accord versus its 4 top competitors and 1,200 car and driver readers.
I like the car. Oh, wow. Wow. This baby handles. I like the steering. It's really crisp.
It's pretty rock solid, even more than the Camry.
It does what I think it's going to do.
All I got to say is wow.
Their conclusion? The Accord is a winner. Form your own opinion. Test drive an Accord today at your local Honda dealer.
Next, all new Ellen and Helms from Hangover 3, plus the grand finale of Ellen's $10,000 talent contest.
Ellen, Monday at 4 on Channel 7.
Well, the Reds were hoping to leave Philly with a rare series win. They were without some of their aces, though, like Zach Cozart, taken off the starting lineup because of illness, and Johnny Cueto preparing to return tomorrow after weeks on the disabled list. Let's check out Jay Bruce, though, first. He's doing pretty well this season with 4 home runs and 11 runs. Looking for another homer, top of the second, and it looks like he's going to make it. Slams it out into deep center, and it's gone. Bruce gets the Reds going with a 1-0 lead. Going into the third, Reds defense robs Jimmy Rollins. Check out Brandon Phillips there with the leap into the air, stopping the line drive. Reds keep the lead. Bottom of the 5th, the Reds hold. Well, that's Shin-Soo Choo with the strikeout there. But the next play, the Reds hold Mariners when Joey Votto, check this out, dives to stop and tosses from his knees to get Rollins out. The Reds couldn't hold the Mariners for long, though. The final 3-2, Phillies get the series win. The Reds head to New York tomorrow to play the Mets. They'll have Johnny Cueto in tow, coming off the disabled list. That's after he made 2 rehab starts for the Dayton Dragons without any issues. Heading for Cleveland now. They're playing in Seattle, bottom of the first. Man on second, and for the Indians, Michael Brantley with the single to right. Mariners, Michael Morse comes up throwing, but the Indians' Michael Bourne beats the throw to the plate, score 1-0. Man on second for the Indians, Nick Swisher, who grounds to first, but the Mariners' Justin Smoke can't field it. That allows Brantley to score 2-0. Indians bottom of the second. Brantley takes the Mariners' Felix Hernandez deep to right center for the 3-run homer. Mariners still not on the board. Indians leading here with them cruising for a victory. Actor Kevin Costner was in the stands saying hey to the crowd before he left and enjoying a nice 6-0 victory for the Indians. The Dragons, let's check them out right now. They've been on the road, and they're still on the road in South Bend, Indiana, taking on the Silverhawks. They get another victory today, 7-5, after picking up 2 wins yesterday in a doubleheader. They have one more game in South Bend before playing at home Wednesday against West Michigan. Well, they haven't even hit the pro field yet, but they are already learning how to market themselves and make themselves a brand. The NFL brought members of this year's rookie draft class together for this weekend's annual rookie premiere in Los Angeles. This was the first time the rookie draft class put on their NFL uniforms since April's NFL draft. Among them was Bengals rookie Tyler Eifert. He was part of the interaction with the NFL sponsors like Topps, trading card company Panini, and Pepsi Next, Nike, and EA Sports. Here he is. Eifert has been named the top college tight end coming from Notre Dame, which he says was good enough without the pomp and circumstance of the pros.
Just to be at Notre Dame was, was enough for me, but, to be able to be mentioned with some of the great tight ends that we've had there is, for me, it means a lot, and feel pretty lucky to be included in that group.
And the Bengals start the 2013 season on Thursday, August 8th, against the Atlanta Falcons at the Georgia Dome. And that's your look at sports. We'll be right back with the last check of your weather. Stay with us.
Roundup Ready to extend soybeans. It's what's next in weed control technology.
Now you can get a new Equinox just $197 a month, a new Chevy Traverse for $249 a month, or save over $4,000 on a new Malibu Eco. We're out to move some metal in May at Joe Johnson Chevrolet in Troy, exit 69 north 2 miles. Don't stop until you see the Chevy sign. We're friends send friends.
Want to have beautiful, energy-efficient windows? Now you can. Only Pella Window and Door Replacement offers a total drama-free experience. Pella provides a free, no-pressure in-home consultation, offering you the most choices for your home and budget. We'll guide you through the process and handle everything, from product selection through expert installation.
Take 40% off installation when you stop by the new Pella showroom on East Alex Bell Road in the Cross Point Center.
Experience exceptional service at Dayton's #1 Cadillac dealer. We've raised our standard of luxury. We invite you to raise yours. ATS $299. Only in Beaver Creek.
It took years to build this business. The moment my moderate to severe chronic plaque psoriasis started getting in the way, that was it. It was time for a serious talk with my dermatologist. This time he prescribed Humira, adalimumab. Humira helps to clear the surface of my skin by actually working inside my body. In clinical trials, most adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis saw 75% skin clearance, and the majority of people were clear or almost clear in just 4 months.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal events such as infections, lymphoma, or other types of cancer have happened. Blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure have occurred. Before starting Humira, your doctor should test you for TB. Ask your doctor if you live in or have been to a region where certain fungal infections are common. Tell your doctor if you have had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have symptoms such as fever, fatigue, cough, or sores. You should not start Humira if you have any kind of infection.
Make the most of every moment. Ask your dermatologist about Humira today. Clearer skin is possible.
Square One, your downtown Nevada salon and spa.
Now you can get a new Chevy Cruze for $89 a month. A new Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 $299 a month. And the all-new 2014 Impala is here. Hurry in. We're out to move some metal in May at Joe Johnson Chevrolet in Troy. Exit 69 north 2 miles. Don't stop till you see the Chevy sign. We're friends send friends.
Roundup Ready to extend soybeans. It's what's next in weed control technology.
And that is News Center 7 for this Sunday, May 19th. We hope you have a great week and a good night. See you next time.
2013